Hey, welcome to my first live stream using StreamYard. I am actually really excited about doing this, and this is the big test. Listen, I wanted to pop in and talk to you a little bit about something that keeps coming up and something I keep hearing from my potential clients and people in my communities. These are people who have built a business that is already functioning, that has been around for a while, and they know that there's this work, there's something missing inside the business that they really need, and they feel really alone, they feel really isolated, or they feel like they have all this work that is now like becoming necessary for them to do, but it's not something that they're really comfortable doing, or they feel like they're just spread way too thin across all these different functions in the business. Yet what they really do really well is something that is not operational, right? They're thought leaders, or they know that they're serving their business best by being out and speaking or connecting or being visible or creating content or whatever it might be. So they are left thinking that they need to either hire somebody or take on a business partner. They know that hiring somebody means that they are hiring somebody who has a limited scope of the work that they're going to do, and that feels too limiting. Because what they're really looking for is someone who can take all of the execution stuff and manage it, or direct it, or build the things inside their business that they know need to be there. That's more than we can usually expect from an OBM or a VA. And it's also multifaceted. It's a lot more than we can expect from one person if they are a contractor or if they are a member of the team. The other thing that they're looking for is like that support, someone who shares and is invested in the future of the company, who can be there to talk through things, who can be there to follow the progress of the business. This is more than someone you hire. This is business partner. But when you start getting into that conversation about do I take on a business partner, the implications are actually huge, right? And there is a lot to consider when you're taking on a business partner. And I know I have worked with many clients who have had partners. I have had partners numerous times. I have two partners in my software company. I've had partners in a consulting company. I have had partners in other startups that I've worked on with varying degrees of success, or some of it was enjoyable, some of it was not. I've seen very, very contentious partnerships. I have seen partnerships that just kind of fizzled. So it's a lot, and it adds a whole element to the business. Now, when I started looking at my customers that I was working with at the strategic level, we would build these wonderful strategies, right? We would build this direction for their business that felt really good for them, and they were really excited. And then we would finish and they would kind of go away, and they would get stuck, because turning a strategy into execution is actually a lot of work, and it takes a very specific skill set that can translate something very like abstract or visionary into kind of work packages. And that's often not where my clients really kind of live in terms of zone of genius, so to speak. They don't really think in terms of how to get from some bigger idea to very detailed execution. And so I started to think about this. I have a background in the technology space, and a lot of the work that I would do when I was a consultant was to translate kind of high level requirements into a solution. And I would manage the execution of those solutions. I own a software company, we do that there. I owned a management consulting company, and that is what we would do there too. So I had to be responsible for being able to translate a vision into an execution package. So I thought, why not offer this to my clients as well? And since I'm already invested with their strategy and I understand from a strategic perspective what we're building, this seemed like a no-brainer, right? And so I'm working with my clients in this VIP capacity where I become invested in their business. I become somebody that they talk to every day. I talk to my clients every day through Voxer, and sometimes it's just like, hey, I had an idea. What do you think of this? Hey, I've got an opportunity to get some better pricing on something. Do you think I should do that? Hey, I just wanted to talk through some thoughts that I was having, and I know that they don't support me, but I just need to vocalize them. And then I take all of their strategy and I turn that into something very executable, and I will run interference between them and the execution of that strategy. And we come up with a list. We come up with a list of things that they should not be doing, and they need to stay away from it. And that is a huge relief for them because they get that business partner that they don't have without the investment of bringing someone on and sharing the profits of the company. Am I willing to work in a more flexible way? Absolutely. But the point is that they get someone who is a custodian of their strategy, who understands the strategy at a really high level and doesn't need to have that explained to them when they need to execute. I will take all of the strategy and turn that into work packages, and I will find the resources and I will build the resources inside the business with the goal of having a machine that runs the business, having a machine um, that feeds all the different parts of the business that needs to be fed. I want to work myself out of a job. We work together for 6 to 12 months, and we bring the business to a point where they are working in their most effective work, and they have a team in place now, or they have resources in place that are going to support the execution of that strategy. And they have someone who's helping them get their mindset right, someone who's helping them make decisions, someone who is invested in their business as they are. And that's how we work together. So, do you need to take on a business partner? No. Is it difficult to find somebody who can do all those things? Yeah, for sure. But that's where I want to play. That's where I can bring you that kind of support. Now, I have one spot open to take on one more VIP client. If you have been considering taking a business partner, and this is something that has caused you a lot of grief, maybe your next step is for us to spend some time together looking at what it might be like to craft the vision for your business and then support you in that execution. So you can start doing the work that you really should be doing to level up that business and bring in the people that you need to bring in and create the relationships and create the communications and create the visibility that your business needs that only you can provide. And let me take on everything else. Okay? If this is good for you, please reach out. Send me a direct message, send me an email. I want to have the conversation. If you know of someone else who is going through this thought process, I would love to chat it through with them. Even if we don't end up working together, I am super happy to bring my experience and bring my knowledge of business partnership so that they can make an informed decision. I'm here to start. Okay, I would love to hear from you, and I would love to hear your thoughts on partnership. What do you think? Is that something that you would take on, or do you want more of a temporary partner? All right, have a wonderful day. Enjoy your summer. And I love this conversation. Let's continue having it.